Hi, elementary teachers. This is your final February lesson. It's February 23rd and 24th. And our lesson is God calls us to share his good news. So we are in the divided kingdom, and God is speaking to his people through the prophets. And so the next couple of weeks, we're going to be going just little character studies on the prophets. And then we get to jump into the life of Jesus. And so we'll be spending the rest of the semester talking about the words and the actions of Jesus. So I'm super excited to get to that point because we've been building up to Jesus all summer long, or all season long. So the first thing you're going to do is play telephone. There's a couple prompts. The kids, I know they know how to play this, but we're kind of just getting them into the concept that God is calling them. And so have them sit in a circle, give them some prompts, and just let the shenanigans ensue. And then you will go into your lesson, and we are working, Isaiah is who our first prophet is. And so the lesson really is a little bit of an overview of who the prophets were and why God used the prophets. And then really the point of this particular lesson, because there's so much in Isaiah. And we've taught from Isaiah before, but we normally teach his prophecies for Jesus. And so this particular lesson, we're going to work off of the 6th chapter of Isaiah where Isaiah is actually called. And Isaiah answers, here I am. And so that's what we want our kids to walk away with. When God calls them, are they going to be like Isaiah and respond with here I am? So the first, you do your lesson, and then you have a craft. You basically have a piece of paper, and in this piece of paper, you're going to have watercolors, pieces of tape. The idea is just to let them kind of get crafty and creative, and so they can cut out different shapes in their tape or cut out different patterns in their tape and then, stick them on here and then watercolor, whatever they want, whatever design they want to do. If you have littles and you don't want to deal with watercolor, you can totally do this with markers. And then what you'll do is build this into a megaphone. So it says, here I am, send me, and that'll be the center of your megaphone. And you will tape it so that they can shout, here I am, send me. Okay. I've also done something kind of fun because I was thinking that the prophets are like, news reporters. And so we created this daily prophet for, you can really do it with littles and bigs. The bigs probably don't need your help as much as the littles do, but essentially it's just like a little doodle sheet so that it's something they can take home with them for a greater understanding and a thing they can maybe put on their wall of why this story is important, what important job. It says, what important job did God give to Isaiah? How did Isaiah respond? What can I learn from the life of Isaiah? And what will I say when God calls me? Here I am, send me. And then there's this little space here for them to draw or sketch out or doodle out a moment from today's lesson that stood out to them. So the idea is just this is their go and do. This is a way that we're hoping that they can take whatever they learned from the lesson and then apply it in a way that hopefully will help with their retention. So that is your lesson for the week. Next week you are doing Jeremiah, and then that's what they'll be doing is Jeremiah and then Malachi, and then, like I said, we're into the life of Jesus. And then when your cycle comes back on in April, we get to talk about some of the parables of Jesus, some of the teachings of Jesus, the Sermon on the Mount, and then, of course, we get to do the gospel on Easter. So looking forward to seeing you guys again in April. Okay, thank you so much. Take care.